Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's super relatable and a little bit juicy. You know that feeling you get in the pit of your stomach when your best friend starts dating someone new? Or how about when you catch yourself daydreaming about holding hands on a roller coaster? Yeah, we're going there. Have you ever wondered if you might be secretly in love with your best friend? Maybe those late night chats and inside jokes mean something more? Don't worry, you're not alone. It happens to the best of us. So buckle up, grab your bestie, or don't, maybe watch this alone later, for privacy. Because we're about to break down 11 signs that might just confirm your suspicions. Let's get into it. Okay, first things first. Do you find yourself thinking about your best friend even when you're supposed to be doing other things? You're trying to focus on your algebra homework because math is hard. But suddenly you're wondering what your bestie thinks about the new Billie Eilish song. And it's not just random thoughts, right? It's like they're permanently living rent-free in your head. You replay your inside jokes on a loop. You imagine their reaction to that funny meme you saw. You even start planning imaginary vacations together. Listen, we all think about our friends, but if your bestie is occupying prime real estate in your brain 24/7, it might be a sign that your feelings run a little deeper than just friendship. Alright, let's talk about jealousy. We've all been there, right? That moment when your best friend starts gushing about their new crush and you're suddenly hit with this wave of weirdness. Maybe you're happy for them, genuinely, but there's this tiny voice in the back of your head whispering, wait, why don't I feel more happy? Suddenly you're analyzing every text they send, every time they mention their new flame, and you're left feeling off. And here's the thing, a little jealousy is normal in any relationship. But if the thought of your best friend finding love with someone else sends you into a spiral of existential dread, well, that might be a sign that you want to be more than just friends. Okay, this next one is big. Do you find yourself constantly putting your best friend's happiness above your own? You'd cancel your own plans in a heartbeat if it meant cheering them up after a bad day. And it's not just about grand gestures. Maybe you go out of your way to pick up their favorite coffee order. Or you offer to help them with a project even though you're swamped yourself. Their happiness just becomes your top priority, no questions asked. Now, being a good friend means being there for each other, but if you're constantly bending over backwards and sacrificing your own needs, it might be time to ask yourself why. You know that feeling when you meet someone and you just click, you can talk for hours, you finish each other's sentences, and you just get each other on a deeper level? Well, that's the kind of connection we're talking about, but amplified times 1,000. With your best friend, it goes beyond just shared interests or a similar sense of humor. It's like you have your own secret language, your own inside jokes that no one else understands. You can read each other's minds with just a look, and you know exactly what the other person is thinking without even saying a word. This deep connection is special, and it's something to cherish. But if you find yourself constantly comparing other relationships to the bond you share with your best friend, and those relationships just don't measure up, well, it might be time to consider why. Okay, let's be real, being around your best friend is always fun, right? But lately, have you noticed a shift in the atmosphere? Suddenly you're hyper-aware of their presence? You get butterflies when they laugh at your jokes, your palms get sweaty when you accidentally brush hands, and you find yourself stumbling over your words like you're back in middle school. And let's not forget about the eye contact. Suddenly, holding their gaze for more than 2 seconds feels like staring into the sun. It's intense, it's exhilarating, and it leaves you feeling all kinds of confused. Listen, nervousness around your best friend isn't necessarily a bad thing. It could just mean that you value their opinion and you want to make a good impression. But if those butterflies turn into full-blown fireworks, well, it might be a sign that your feelings are evolving into something more. Okay, time for a little daydream session. Close your eyes for a second, but not really because you need to keep reading. And imagine your future. What do you see? Now here's the million-dollar question. Is your best friend in it? And I'm not just talking about being friends who grow old together. I'm talking about picturing yourselves as a couple, holding hands on a beach, maybe even sharing a plate of spaghetti, like in that Lady and the Tramp movie. The romantic stuff. Look, fantasizing about the future is perfectly normal. But if your daydreams consistently involve your best friend in a romantic light, it's a sign that your subconscious might be trying to tell you something. Your heart might be a few steps ahead of your brain on this one. Let's test your knowledge, shall we? What's your best friend's favorite color? What about their go-to coffee order? Do they prefer their pizza with pineapple or without? If you answered all those questions without hesitation, congratulations! You're officially a best friend expert. But seriously, do you find yourself remembering every little detail about your best friend? Like from their favorite childhood memory to that embarrassing story they told you once and swore you'd take to the grave. You remember it all, and you secretly cherish those little details. Listen, paying attention to the things your best friend loves is just part of being a good friend. But if you've basically become a walking, talking encyclopedia of all things related to your bestie, well, it might be a sign that you're paying attention for reasons beyond just friendship. Have you ever felt this overwhelming urge to protect your best friend from, well, everything? Like, if someone even looks at them the wrong way, you're ready to throw down. That's what I'm talking about. It's more than just being there for them when times are tough. It's this deep-seated need to shield them from any harm, both physical and emotional. You hate seeing them upset, and you do anything to make sure they're always safe and happy. Now, being protective is a natural human instinct, especially when it comes to the people we care about. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, the flirting. Do you find yourself playfully teasing your best friend, making witty comments, and engaging in a little harmless banter that might be mistaken for flirting by an outsider? Maybe you compliment them more often, you linger a little longer in hugs, or you make jokes that are just a tad bit suggestive. And let's not forget about the playful touches. A light touch on the arm, a playful nudge, it all adds to the are we or aren't we vibe. Listen, flirting is a natural part of human interaction, and it doesn't always have to mean something romantic. But if you find yourself constantly flirting with your best friend, even subconsciously, it might be a sign that you're testing the waters and seeing if there's something more there. Remember that feeling when you were a kid and your best friend went away on vacation for a week? It felt like an eternity, right? Well, if you're secretly in love with your best friend, that feeling never really goes away. When they're not around, you miss them like crazy. You scroll through your old texts, you stalk their social media. Don't lie, we all do it. And you just feel this void in your life that only they can fill. And it's not just about missing their company. You genuinely worry about them when you haven't heard from them in a while. You check in to make sure they're okay, and you breathe a sigh of relief when they finally respond. Listen, it's normal to miss your best friend when they're not around. But if their absence sends you into a full-blown emotional tailspin, it might be a sign that your feelings run deeper than just friendship. Okay, let's talk about notifications. You know that feeling when your phone buzzes and you see your best friend's name pop up? It's like a shot of dopamine straight to the brain, right? Suddenly, you forget all about that boring work email or that annoying group chat. Your best friend's message is all that matters, and you can't wait to see what they have to say. And it's not just about the content of the message. Even a simple hey or a funny meme can send your heart racing. You analyze their choice of emojis, you overthink the timing of their response, and you might even reread their messages multiple times just to savor the moment. Listen, getting excited about messages from your best friend is perfectly normal. So, there you have it. If you found yourself nodding along to most of these signs, you might just be in love with your best friend. But don't worry, it's totally normal. It happens to the best of us. Having feelings for your best friend can be confusing, exciting, and maybe a little scary. Just remember to listen to your heart, be honest with yourself, and maybe, just maybe, take a chance on love. Let us know in the comments if you've ever experienced this, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time!